heard that line as well. Team Falcons,
So
the only team on match point. Yeah, or maybe it was DZ back in the day, maybe it was TSM. Either way, they are so very often the first to get there, their consistency, and they are so very often the team to capitalize on it with their incredible play under pressure.
Actually wild. I mean, coming out of Sky West, usually have that Survey Beacon Ring console. They have both out here, like we've seen thus far. Team Liquid, the team that could have hit match point in that previous game at 57, and Blacklist with the wingman shots, chasing after the Watson. Why are you running? They get the player from LGD, they clean up some KP, but I mean, when you are in dead last, Genome, what more can you ask for? You have to play with desperation, knowing that there's already a team at match point.
Yep, gives a little tap on the backside to finish them off there. And look, Blacklist International, yeah, I mean, go for some kills, right? Because when you are down the bottom of this lobby, I mean, hey, a couple of kills can actually jump you up a couple of spots. And, I mean, you play the long game, maybe they're going to get to match point, but that's many, many, many games away. At the moment, really, it's more of a, hey, let's, you know, secure ourselves some more prize money.
Ooh, but look at where this circle is pulling. Over by Fnatic's POI on the outskirts of Overlook, could possibly pull towards the bins south of the hill that would lead you into Epi. We've seen that zone plenty of times. Or can it even pull towards No Name from where we see the duo now from LGD if they could get that respawn?
Yeah, I agree. There's quite a few options here. May have to wait for zone 3 or 4 to get our answer. Don't have the ring console at Overlook either. You know, we've been seen in recent lobbies where, you know, Guild was in that sort of situation, being able to stick on it. LGD Gaming already with the respawn as got some teams running over into each other at Geyser here. This is iCholo's coming down off the back of Blacklist International, and well, they got that start against LGD, and now they've given up the advantage immediately.
iCholo's feasting instead on what is left from Blacklist here. Gaming Gladiators were behind them before. They have now rotated onto Big Mod where Mizuchi land. Seeing all the action, though, happening here over by Geyser. iCholos want to capitalize off of that early fight that we saw go down here in Geyser. One warrior left from Blacklist before iCholos call them out.
Some of these fights could be important later on. Control of the tunnels as Blacklist goes down. Could go over to iCholo now. With Mizuchi, Gaming Gladiators, Guild all still locked even further down. It's always this traffic jam down at Big Maud. Mizuchi finally, I think, being able to get out from under the watchful eye of Gaming Gladiators.
Oh, I love these early replays too. From the wingman shots from the very beginning. Very difficult for LGD, but Blacklist is still the first team to go out. They paid for trying to chase down after LGD originally, and that was iCholos who had taken them out from the lobby. Now, our leading team from Group B, rather from that last chance qualifier, Guild, who really kept those dreams alive, now being able to see what they could do here, because Blast has lost out on his shields, and we currently see Mizuchi sliding in.
Okay, this fight gets underway in Geyser. Mizuchi gonna go even further up through Geyser. Now, iCholos have moved all the way through up to the top part of the tunnels in front of them. And they're in there first, right? And that's important because once you try and come up through that little elevator shaft, I feel like it just very rarely works out. So it's that, or you're gonna have to go, you know, into the sight lines of people like LG Gaming, looking at the other door, the lower exit, as far as the Geyser tunnel goes.
I do think, though, that this side of Geyser, the reason why we're seeing so many teams just congested here is because there was that ring beacon over by Geyser. We can expect more edge squads, like even Liquid eventually maybe rotating in that direction. We can maybe even see Alliance looking to see if they have an opportunity to wrap around once they get the information over by Harvester. Playing very split since they know that a lot of these squads like to loot very quickly. But first looking at Echolos with a quick rotate over by the outskirts of the Armory.
Yeah, so that's Fnatic on the other side of those smokes. Of course, they are landing over at Overlook. So hoping to get up from, you know, down in the dumps right now, 18th spot. And I like what they've done, Vicky. They've switched over from Bloodhound to Lifeline. I think Fnatic are a team that has so much fighting potential that they absolutely can take the Aurora playbook and run with that. Also, don't love Bloodhound in the current meta. I feel like he is not the best recon character you can go for. I would rather see a Seer or a Crypto on that team. So I think, sure, chuck that out the door. You know, maybe go for the survey beacons on your Pathfinder and then take the Lifeline for those fight resets.
And if you don't want that information, something that we see just basically shoot in is that Pathfinder, right? For you to be able to cross in that distance if you need so desperately, but also so that way you could be able to get the scan. If you have a Watson, you get the scan on the survey to see where everybody's stationed. And if you have that Watson, you obviously get the scan on the ring. But this is something that I was looking at earlier on when we took a look at the map feed, where Team Falcons, obviously taking their time to rotate from Sky West, have been able to call out the split positioning of Alliance. Alliance still safe here, and Team Falcons will be rotating from Landslide, so all the way from the west side of the map to where this circle is pulling a lot of space on Fragment side, where a lot of these teams could coexist, because look at the prediction from these squads, breaking their necks, expecting it to either be a no-name or by the rocks on the north side of Overlook.
Gaming Gladiators. Over here in No Name, quite a few teams seem to be suggesting that this is the final resting location of the ring in match 7. So many Watson fences inside here will make it very hard for GG to try and finish off that kill. Now, while all of this happened, as we mentioned, Team Falcons, of course, we've got to keep our eyes on them a little bit as the match point team. They were over at Landslide, double beacons for them there. Got the scan on the ring console and the survey beacon. And they'll probably get even 1 or 2 more on their rotate in. It's a very long rotate, Vicky, but it'll give them A, so much Evo, and B, so much information with which to plan this final circle.
And avoiding a lot of this action that we're seeing right here on the south side, right? Because if Falcons are approaching from the north side, they probably want to go in from the high ground that would exit out of Epi, where there is a ring console, playing it much more safer, as they have to, right? Being the only team on match point, you could expect squads to completely change their own pace, whether it be from the different maps that we're going to see and witness the way that they try to approach the different compositions, or from the fact that they want to play for that win.
And this is almost like a playstyle that Falcons have really pioneered in a lot of ways, which is you play hard edge and you hit a lot of beacons on the way in to find the weak spot. Most spots are going to be taken in these zones, but, you know, not everyone predicts it right, and usually there's 1 or 2 spots open. Zero will identify those immediately and then just play their best from there, hopefully beating out teams in even better spots with their red armors.
But they also have to recognize the threat that is Team Liquid. T-Law breaking the law at 58 points, looking to see if they can at least sit themselves at match point. Guild and Timmy, the last 2 alive from Mizuchi after losing out on Waltzy. He is able to pop the shield bat, getting some safety and some room to breathe right here. Gaming Gladiators have been stuck from underneath No Name from the very beginning, but again, as we saw on the minimap, the circle pulling over to the north side, I just can't believe that this may have just allowed Team Falcons to just waltz right into the high ground, unless this circle just completely shifts over to the south side, where a lot of these teams will be funneled outside of the buildings over by Fragment East.
This is what's happening down here on the ground. I'm just casting my mind a little bit wider to the Esports World Cup as a whole, Vicky. You got to remember, Falcons on top in terms of the club championship right now as well. And here they are on the cusp of further improving that record to be, I believe at the moment, the only team who has multiple championships to their name.
At least the only team to hold, I believe, 3 or 4 at the very least. And let's not forget that that is a $20 million prize pool, club championship. That is isolating the fact of what these pros could be making if they do take the Apex Legends World Cup championship title. But with Falcons being exactly on this high ground that we mentioned before, they are currently aiming down their sights at DMS. LG on their other side, having to be careful. Rotating here early could actually be very risky with the amount of teams that still have to rotate from the north side from Climatizer.
Mizuchi racing against the ring to get in here. Achola's laser still in that vault tunnel. Been ahead of them for the longest time. Okay, ring centers on Fragment. Interesting pull. Means Team Liquid should have a very easy path to getting their match point eligibility, 60+ points. Dragon sitting well within it, Alliance there too, and Falcons on the north side. That is a dangerous looking team. You know, I am actually reminded of, I think it was potentially the first scrim game that Falcons ever played together, where they played a similar spot above, you know, the rim of Epicenter, and they looked down upon everyone else in that lobby with, I think it was like 2 Kravers and someone else in their hands, and just destroyed everybody. It didn't even look close in that game. Now, this is a harder lobby than that, but can anyone oust them from this position?
Having that positional advantage is going to be scary until they eventually have to drop down, because this circle is shifting more south away from that hilltop advantage, but it's still a spot that if they clear this entire north side of the zone, they are going to be a very scary team out here. I know that we have Space Station rotating in. Like you mentioned, Genome, LG from that low ground train tracks. We're going to have to tune in to see how Falcons want to approach this. But on the other side, without ignoring the Cholos, who have finally rotated outside of the vault tunnel that exits out of Geyser, Fnatic are also another team that have just not moved from here, and it's cost them like a...
Haven't recovered the banner just yet, which is a shame because there's a mobile respawn beacon there ready to be used, but they can't. The zone pushes them in. I think they'll try and get the banner before they come in somewhere behind FaZe Clan and Elevate Bleed. Meanwhile, Falcons have got SSG and Luminosity on their backsides. Now, of course, a big part of match point is being able to read the teams around you to know which teams they actually are, because of course it's hidden on the kill feed, but be able to identify that correctly and potentially even work with other teams to do that.
Let's jump into a listening with Team Falcons as they plan their next move.
Okay.
What's above me? What's above me here?
Where's the first 2 out? First 2 out.
Yes, can't shit.
I can't see.
I cracked one. I'm chilling a bit. I'm chilling.
They're tilted.
I'm on. Where are you?
I can't help you.
On the other side. I'm on the other side. One shot.
Come on. I can't.
Yeah, they're gonna peek.
I'm dead. I'm just gonna die.
Come back.
No, I can't.
I got you.
Batting here.
Watch out, fellas.
No make it.
They're fighting the duo. On the other side. Okay, I can peek that. Smoke back.
Okay. I'm scanning it.
You're up on us.
Yeah.
One.
Swing.
I'm going up. I'm going high. On me.
What this?
Swinging more. Sprint. Kill this fuck now.
Okay.
Hey, above me. I got right on. 100 on me. It's a duo.
Okay.
He's trying to finish me here.
Okay.
Shoot him. I'm smoking too. It's a duo. He's trying to finish. So
40.
Get around.
Amazing. I have gold knock.
Take me. It's okay. You're pushing.
No, I'm dead, bro. Just push me. Nice. Give me a knock.
No.
Okay.
What the fuck? He was riding me in the corner.
Pex! Team Falcons get eliminated! The crowd is deflated, but we get more Apex! We go to another one and Elevate Bleed, the only team from the north side who are looking so good with 53 points, sitting at third. Liquid, by the way, 1 point away from also hitting match points.
The match was gliding towards them on a silver platter, and all of a sudden it just gets knocked out of their hands. I mean, SSG and LG, 2 teams that could have easily combined to take them out, but Falcons somehow pitted them against each other. But then the knock.
Yup.
It came back at the worst time. It felt like they dealt with both of the teams and they just dropped their guard for a millisecond.
Team Liquid at match point, by the way. 60 points for Team Liquid. Vamos! The dream is here. It's not just Team Falcons. The script has shifted. We have to see who else may potentially hit match points because EA is in trouble. EA go down. Elevate Bleed cannot achieve match points. At the moment, it is just Team Liquid.
They go down on 54, and they're survived by FaZe also on 54, but they are having a struggle right now. They also drop. Another team that could have made it will not. Alliance, still 52. Aurora in a great spot up north, essentially taking over the spot that Falcons probably would have played, and they're on 49. I like their chances of getting to 60 here, Vicky.
Aurora, a team that has really popped off. The only team with the lifeline composition, despite even the changes, has really displayed how crazy this is. But Team Liquid involved in a fight here. Yanya out of this fight for now, but he is able to pop the shield back. Nizul gets the knock. It's just Hawada to his left. Can the All-Star clutch it? No! It is Mizuchi who have climbed out from Geyser's side and now are finding themselves on one of these buildings in Fragment.
TL don't have to worry. Job done, 61 points, match point eligibility achieved. These other teams, though, not at all the same situation. They are struggling to get those last 10 points in the bank and start fighting against TL and Falcons.
Alliance at 52 points. The team that has the most points, with Mizuchi being right behind him at 51, Aurora with 50. This is so insane. Alliance make the call to go in for the immediate rotate, but let's not forget Aurora have taken the spot that Team Falcons would have rotated from the high ground.
And you're seeing how Pathfinder changes these lobbies a little bit too. We haven't seen him for quite some time, but usually it'd be a slow walk out of the buildings, get stunned by a bang ult, and the team up top would wipe everybody out. But the reposition available now for these teams who are playing Pathy, maybe that means that Aurora don't have a 100% chance of just mowing everyone down below them. Let's see.
Guild with the lovely clutch as well. Nice hip fire shots taking care of Dragons. Aurora approach, drop from the high ground, are currently looking at Alliance here. They are holding so much space when one of the members of Aurora over the south side looking at DMS, looking at Mizuchi, but they cannot give this opportunity to Alliance.
Kazakh peeks his head around with the Devo. Doesn't quite get the knock though, and with Pathfinder grappling in to try and put pay to this great position that Aurora trying to hold out. Alliance also 54. It seems to be the unlucky number in this lobby.
We currently have Mizuchi that also has hit match point. We have a total of 3 teams at match point. Can we make it 4 with Aurora sitting at 59?
Do they know what point total they're on? They should just full send someone and confirm 1 kill. That's all they need. If they get clean wiped by Mizuchi here, that would be the worst case scenario.
But once he goes down first, Oirain has Pride Rock. Bow check in hand. Is he Legolas? He drops down with the Havoc. Another knock from Kazakh. Aurora, 1 kill away. They get to match points. And do they get the dub? It is only Timmy who is playing so defensively, but 9 Impulse doesn't want to overextend. They do not want to risk it here, and Aurora are your champions. 65 total points after getting that dub. What an insane Game 7 on World's Edge.